Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. We are still on investment appraisal, and one of the methods of appraising investment is the profitability index, which is one of the methods under the discounted cash flow method. All right, having said that, we said is what we are looking today. We are looking at profitability index today. To a layman, profitability is a fusion of two words, which are profit and what? Ability. Which by implication is now saying what? Your ability to do what? To make profit. The profitability of what? Of the investment that we are appraising. That is what it tends to do, what you want to measure here. By that, therefore, let's now look at the definition given for profitability index. Decide that profitability index is the ratio of the present value of operating cash inflows to the ratio of the present value of cash outflows. Two things are important here: inflow and outflow. We are measuring inflow to do what? To outflow. We want to see the relationship that exists between the two. So we want to know the index between what? Inflow and outflow. So by that, therefore, we will be able to determine whether we should go ahead to invest on a particular project. So basically, what we are doing under financial management is basically to do what? To maximize the stakeholders' wealth. To maximize their wealth, the shareholders, the stakeholders, as the case may be, to maximize their wealth. So therefore, any decision you are going to take in financial management, you must tend to do what? To pursue, to go in line with this objective, which is what? Maximization of what? Of shareholders' wealth. So in this case now, we are trying to look at this method of investment appraisal that look at what a relationship that exists between the inflow and outflow. So we are measuring what? Our inflow to what? To the outflow, the ratio of the inflow to outflow, as simple as that. So therefore, by definition, the formula for profitability index is what? Total present value of inflows. Total present value of inflows all over total present value of outflows. Inflows divided by outflows. That is profitability index. So the PI is a variation of net present value. By implication, if the NPV of a project is zero, we have talked about net present value. So if the answer you now have at the end of the day is what? Is if the NPV of a project is zero, then the profitability is what? Is 1. The PI can also be defined, profitability index can also be defined in terms of benefit cost ratio, known as what? BCR. Benefit cost ratio, which is defined as BCR is equal to NPV all over total present value of outflow. So if you look at the major difference between and now go ahead and say what? Where PI is equal to BCR plus 1. We come back to this point now. I said that by convention, if the NPV of the project is 0, then the profitability index will be is 1. So we now coming back. So therefore, anything you get here for BCR, when you have computed what? The NPV divided by total present value of outflow, definitely the answer you're going to get for your PI, just add 1 to it. It's going to give you what? Profitability index. So that is what we try to do. That is what this method is trying to do, to tell us about what? Our project appraisal. So at the end of the day, the essence of appraisal any project is to do what? To make decision. You have to do what? To make decision for the company whether you should go ahead to invest on such projects or not. Because as a financial manager, you are meant to do what? To perform certain functions, investment appraisal, dividend decision, cash financing division, financing decision. You take those decisions in what as a as a finance manager. So by that, therefore, you are making basically what you are doing there. You are making decision. So after appraising any project with what with the profitability index, at the end of the day, you have to come out with a certain decision, whether to do or whether to accept the project, whether to reject the project, or where the PI is equal to what 0, and you are indifferent whether to do or to accept or reject the project, then your decision will be based on what on other qualitative factors. Okay, let's now quickly look at the decision rules in what under profitability index. The decision rules. So decision rules. Decision rules. If this means that one PI greater than 1. Okay, this is the decision rule to do what to follow in investment appraisal or using profitability index as an investment appraisal techniques. So we have three decision rules. One is what if we have if this means that and you if P profitability index is greater than 1, this means that the investment returns more than 1 naira in present value for every 1 naira invested, and you should accept the investment. What are you saying here? That is, if your computed profitability index is greater than 1, it means the investment you are appraising is going to give you what? It's going to return more than that every 1 naira invested. It's going to return more than what you have invested. It means what our decision should be what you should accept the investment. But in a case whereby the PI computed is less than 1, this means that the investment return less than 1 naira in present value for every 1 naira in present value for every 1 naira invested. And this means that you should reject the investment. If it's less than 1, if your PI computed is less than 1, you have to do what? To reject the investment. So, and the last decision is what? If PI is equal to 1, at least the PI you computed gives you what? As early as 1. It means what? This means that the investment returns 1 naira in present value for every 1 naira invested. It means that we are only getting what you invested. No gain. This is the point of no gain, no loss. This is a break-even one. So, and you are indifferent about what are we going to do now? Are you going to accept or reject the project? You are indifferent. So your decision for you to reject or to accept the project will now depend on other qualitative factors. In some of the previous videos, in one of the previous videos, I've talked about the qualitative factors to do or to consider where you are at this point, whereby the PI is we are having a break-even point, whereby there is no profit, there is no gain. So the other qualitative factors will now tend to do what? To tell you whether you should accept or reject the project. And now, therefore, this is what we talked about when we are talking about what? Profitability index. So in subsequent video, there will be a calculation in which it's going to do what? Explicitly explain. We are going to practicalize what I've been talking about, profitability index, another method I've spoke about. So we're going to do what? Compute to see how this really works. So these are when you're talking about qualitative factors here, everything we are calculating here, they are in figures. Those are quantitative factors. But other qualitative factors are those factors that cannot be easily quantified. So such as inflation, government policy, and the rest. So those are unquantifiable, that are not easily quantifiable. So those are the factors. The influence on the morals of the staff. The influence on the perspective of your competitors or of your customers. Those are example of qualitative factors. So just go to the videos and you see more on what I've spoke about, or what I've spoke about on qualitative factors. So subsequently, you shall be looking at we are going to look at questions. We are going to do practicalize what I've spoke about so far. So therefore, at this junction, I will say I'm going to call it the class and watch out for the subsequent videos on computation and other topics under financial management. Thank you and God bless. And besides, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, Abdurrahman Adioye is my name. So just kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe. And besides, if you have any comments, any question, just go straight to the comment section, put in your comment, and I'll be glad to receive your comment and respond accordingly. Thank you and God bless.